Good morning. It's Jay from Chronically Strong. As you know, last week, 2 weeks ago, we premiered The Table, serving up soul food. Normally I have my co-host with me, Mr. Table for One, Malcolm, but this week it's just me. I'm coming to you on the 1st of March, and March is kind of the kickoff of my Big Health Awareness Month, and March is actually really important to me because it kicks off the awareness month of two really big, actually three really big health awareness months for me. I was diagnosed with endometriosis in 2014. It took 13 doctors and 3 surgeries to give me my accurate diagnosis. When I finally got my diagnosis, my surgeon who did it suspected that I had actually had endometriosis my entire life, and the reason why I was never able to conceive a child when I was married was probably due to that reason. It takes most women half of their lives to be diagnosed. We struggle with infertility, consistent pain, and I would say it's some of the worst pain that I've ever felt in my whole entire life. I've had moments where I feel like I'm being torn in half. It's a pain that'll bring you to your knees and in tears. Like, I've been walking and dropped to my knees because the pain is so bad. I was also diagnosed with adenomyosis, which is a result of my endometriosis as well. For those who do not know what endometriosis is, it is where the lining of the female's uterus grows in other parts of your body. It literally can grow anywhere in your body. It can grow in your pleural cavity, which is where your lungs and hearts are. It can grow in your kidneys. It could grow on your intestines. I have it on my sciatic nerve, so that's why walking can be difficult. Also, I have it on my intestines, which makes digestion and even using the bathroom very difficult. It's outside of my uterus. I've had many masses removed. It causes cysts. So it's almost like a cancer. It grows everywhere. Unfortunately, it's called an invisible disease, and that's why it's not seen on scans. It's actually mostly diagnosed through surgeries. Most doctors suspect it based on the symptoms, which is excruciating pain, not only with your periods, but in between periods, heavy bleeding, cysts that rupture, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, so many different things. And since we're at the table, I got my coffee cup this morning. What else? So that was my first real life-altering chronic illness diagnosis. I've been chronically ill since I was little, but it was manageable. I could still live my life. Shortly after that, many know my other dominoes fell. But what most people don't know is that recently I was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. I'm at stage 2 to 3A. And what that means is my kidney function is severely impaired. They still work, they just don't work as well. What most people don't realize is how much your kidneys affect your everyday functioning. Whenever you eat, drink, your kidneys filter out your blood, it filters fluids out, and when they're not functioning properly, that affects every aspect of your being. I swell a lot. It causes severe fatigue, dehydration, what else? Dizziness, and I was diagnosed with it because 2 weeks ago my legs decided they did not want to work. Went completely numb, and I went to the emergency room, and the doctor dismissed me, which is nothing new when it comes to being a female and having multiple illnesses, especially many of them being invisible. I went to see my neurologist that day and told her what happened, and she looked at my labs and told me I needed to go see a nephrologist immediately. And a nephrologist is a kidney doctor. I was able to get in that same week. She looked at my labs and my trajectory, and she's like, you should have seen me sooner. My numbers have been skewed for a while now, and I always knew that kidney disease was possible with my heart condition. as well as with having an autoimmune disease. I just did not think it would progress this quickly, and with me being in my 30s. So I said, well, what do we do, doc? It's medication. I'm far enough away from dialysis and transplant, but it's still serious enough. There is medication, however, I can't take it because of my heart. So the thing that's causing the kidney disease is keeping me from treatment until we figure out how to stabilize my heart condition a little bit more. Your kidneys are also responsible for balancing your electrolytes, and my electrolytes are not balanced right now. And that is because my kidneys are working way too hard. So once you figure out how to keep everything stable, then I can take the medicine to take the pressure off of my kidneys. But until then, I literally have to take it easy. I have to reduce my stress. I have to keep the stress off of my body. Those who know me know that is easier said than done because I lead a very stressful life. Working on it, but that is kind of where I'm at. And that has been one of the hardest diagnoses to receive. Even harder than endometriosis, even harder than being diagnosed with autoimmune diseases, even harder than my heart disease diagnosis. People die of kidney disease, and every day, especially in the African American community. And we suffer from it probably far more than any other race, mostly due to heart disease, and unfortunately mine is genetic. My grandmother had it, my father's mother, and she died probably a little older than I am. That hurts. So this month, I plan to bring awareness to endometriosis, and I know you can't see my head wrap that well, but it's got my endo awareness color, which is yellow. It's got green in it, which is kidney disease, so you will be seeing me in a lot of those colors this month. Not because they're awesome colors, but to bring awareness, to have the conversation that people don't want to have. It is also Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month, and I was introduced to this disease at a very young age. My aunt, my mother's older sister, was diagnosed with it. She is a thriver. She has fought this disease, and for her to be where she is and still be in great health is amazing. And multiple sclerosis is a neurodegenerative disease. It's sometimes classified as an autoimmune disease that affects your neurological system. Some people have it that affects their vision. Some people have it that affects their central nervous system and their peripheral nervous system. And basically what it does is it degenerates the lining of your nervous system and causes a breakdown in how you function and how your nerves function, and you lose control. Eventually, you may not be able to talk. You may not be able to see. You may not be able to walk. And that's what makes this disease awful. A couple of months ago, Selma Blair did an awesome kick-ass interview with Robin Roberts in the middle of a flare, and she has something called dysphonia, where her vocal cords do not project as well, and it's a result of her multiple sclerosis. But yet she kicked that interview's ass to show this is what multiple sclerosis can do to you and that you're gonna overcome, and I loved her for that. It makes it hard to walk. I watched my aunt go from being up and active, and now she has to use a walker, which is fine. She has braces for her legs, but she's still here. Research shows that folks with multiple sclerosis have vitamin B12 deficiencies, and vitamin B12 is integral in the regeneration of your nerves. Vitamin D deficiency is also linked to multiple sclerosis and also most autoimmune diseases as well. It is progressive. There's 4 different types. One that is most common is the relapse and remitting, so you can feel really, really great, and then you relapse, and then you feel really, really great, but that's why treatment is of essential, and it's not cheap. A lot of people have marked difficulty going upstairs. They lose muscle tone and weakness, and that is because your neuromuscular system is degenerating on you. So I was wearing a lot of orange as well, and it just so happens orange is my favorite color to bring awareness. And I have a really close friend who is a thriver of MS, and I'm so proud to know her and to watch her and how hard she works every day. I'm excited to just support her and to know her. Also, it's Nutrition Month, and I know that sounds so simple, but I have learned, and as a health educator, that there's a connection between your food and your mood, and there's a connection between what you put in your mouth and your health. And we know this, and we know that by eating certain diets, that makes you feel better. So when I was diagnosed with heart disease, I tried to switch to a Mediterranean diet. And then when I was diagnosed as autoimmune, I integrated the autoimmune protocol. And basically all of those diets call for eating fresh, healthy foods, good starches, and basically staying on the outside of the grocery store. And as you noticed when on our first episode, we stayed on the outside, and we got those fresh whole foods, those leafy greens, those things that are great for going in our bodies. And so I've kind of integrated this into my diet. Unfortunately, when I was diagnosed with gastroparesis, a lot of the vegetables that I love, I can no longer eat because they literally make me sick to my stomach. When gastroparesis month comes around, I will do a lot more educating about that and what that is. But really quickly, it means that my stomach does not empty when it's supposed to. I have delayed emptying, and I can't digest certain foods. Sucks, because I miss broccoli, like a lot. But when we use food as medicine, it decreases our reliance on other medications. And I've told you guys before, I believe in the whole spectrum. I believe in Western medicine, Eastern medicine, traditional things, non-traditional things. It all is necessary in order to treat my conditions. And so you'll be seeing me highlight a lot of different recipes this month. And this morning, my neighbor was cooking something, and it smelled really, really bad. I don't know what in the world she was cooking. I don't eat pork or beef, and I guess when I smell it cooking and it's not cooked in a way that's palatable, it makes me want to vomit. So what we made this morning were some oatmeal, banana, cranberry muffins, and they're actually vegan and gluten-free. And so the only reason I say gluten-free is because gluten causes inflammation in me, and I've reduced my intake significantly. But I also do whole grains because that helps to promote my gastric motility. So I have to find my balance. So we've got some of these this morning, and I'm going to turn my plate and kind of show you. I did a sweet potato hash going on here instead of regular potatoes, because sweet potatoes are amazingly wonderful for you, and that's what we are munching on. And some scrambled eggs, because I need protein, but not too much protein because of my kidney disease. So we are eating this lovely meal at the table today, and unfortunately I gotta have my coffee because I need some coffee. So I'm gonna be highlighting these recipes so that you too can eat and feel great about yourself, but know that you don't have to spend $1 million to eat good. I just posted a recipe on simplelittlebrowngirlj.tumblr.com this morning for a pizza that's really awesome and amazing and wonderful. Please check it out. Really simple and easy to make. I even think your kids will eat it if you have picky eaters, because it tastes amazingly wonderful. It doesn't even taste like health food. That's the goal of this month, is to start integrating natural, wonderful things into your body, but to know that it doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't have to be high priced. That is my goal during Nutrition Awareness Month. And just to also bring awareness to the things that I deal with and that I know other people are dealing with. And when people hear you have what? What's that? To eliminate that face and say, oh yeah, I've heard of that. And just so you know, it's 1 in 10 women. That's a lot of women that are afflicted with endometriosis. And most of them will go undiagnosed in their lifetime. That's crazy. And the crazy thing, there is no cure. Once upon a time, they used to say, oh, have a hysterectomy and that'll cure it all. But there are women who are actually getting hysterectomies and their symptoms still stay. And that's why that's not the be all end all. They're changing hormonal therapies, which make it manageable, but that's not the cure. So Just wanted to give you the happy March, and we're marching into this month. Didn't mean to sound really cliche on that, but just watch out for things that are coming to you from the table, and watch out for things from Mr. Table for One and Miss Chronically Strong. We're going to keep you guys in the loop. We're going to tell you guys what's going on, and we're going to educate you on things that affect our community, and we don't want you to miss it. So make sure you like my page at Chronically Ill and Strong on Facebook, or just look up Chronically Strong. Make sure you like Mr. Table for One, please. And make sure you check out my blog page, simplelittlebrown.j.tumblr.com. Thanks, guys. Have a good Sunday.